All right, family. Welcome back to another edition of Melanie Diamond News. We're gonna go ahead and get it started. Today is March 22nd, March 22nd, 2021. All right, we're gonna go ahead and let's get it started. All right, hopefully you like the camera view is more stable now. All right, so we get into the financial news. Look at the S&P, Dow, Nasdaq, and futures. They're all a little bit mixed. Since the S&P is down, Nasdaq is down. I'm sorry, Nasdaq is up, Dow and Russell's 2000 futures are all down. All right, so we get over here. Let's get over to the FTSE. It's down, and the Nikkei 225 is down as well too. All right, Bitcoin is back up. All right, and CMC crypto as well is up too. All right, and then we're gonna look at the 10-year bond. All right, the 10-year bond is at 1.7320. That's a big thing. So watch that 10-year bond as it goes up as well too. All right, the VIX as well is up. Looks like we got a little bit of change going. It's getting just a little bit of currency. GBP to the US dollar is down, and the U.S. dollar to the Japanese yen is going a little bit down as well too. All right. Look at the crude oil price. Crude oil is running down to about $1.03, $60.39. All right. So that was from YahooFinance.com. Let's get over to Kitco.com. All right. Get down here to the precious metal quotes. We go to the world spot price. All right. It's down across the board. All right. Gold is down $16 and some change. Silver's down a little bit under a dollar. Platinum is down as well too. Big $26. Palladium is down $34. All right, and rhodium is sitting at $29. All right, $29,000 an ounce. All right, so that was from rhodium. All right, so it looks like we're down. Look at starting off down as well as the market. Across the board, the market, stock markets and the precious metals market. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get into some actual news here. All right, this is from the realinvestmentadvice.com. All right, Powell can't raise rates as the economy remains on life support. All right, that is Jerome Powell. He's the sensitive head of the Federal Reserve by President Trump. All right, and basically this is the shocker here. If you can't get this message right here, basically what he's saying is they can't raise rates. They can't raise interest rates on the economy because they're busy supporting the economy as we speak. All right. So what he says is basically just what I said earlier. Just to reiterate, they can't raise interest rates because if they do, the economy is going to crash. They've tried before. They tried on Ben Bernanke. They tried on Janet Yellen, and then they tried on Jerome Powell to raise interest rate. The moment they raise interest rate, the market reacted because no more free money, and it went into a nosedive and tanked out. So they're now being forced to prop up the economy on their own. All right. When you got a central bank forced to be the lender of last buyer and lender of last resort, that's how you know that the economy has fully collapsed and tank fails. They're hiding the economy right now. They're hiding the losses. All right, they're hiding the massive inflation that has actually hit the economy. They're hiding it in energy prices. All right, so take a look at that article. All right, this is from Jerome Powell, head of the Federal Reserve, basically admitting that they can't raise interest rates. They can't normalize their balance sheets. They have to keep taking on more and more toxic assets. All right, because the economy is actually on life support and it is essentially dead, and they're having to keep it up. All right, so this is from ZeroHedge.com. Silver bullion supply issues worsen in 2021. As we've shown before, and we continue to show again in future broadcasts. And if you can't go to the past broadcast, bullion supply around the world, not just here in the U.S. but around the world, is worsening less more and more. All right, you can't get online and get to the go online in stores and ask for some bullion to buy it yourself. And the bullion dealers can't go to the suppliers. Suppliers can't go to the refiners. Refiners can't go to the miners. All right, this all a backed up backlog issue. When mines being shut down years and years ago, this being forced. This is what happens, and it takes sometimes 3 to 4 years before a mine to reopen, get recertified, and back up into production, producing mines and getting them out to the refiners. All right, so you're going to continue to see prices go up and up and up as as you go ahead and see that what's going on, they're gonna keep going up and up and up, and then it's just gonna get more and more. Some people are asking what's going on. Why come we have issues with supply, but the price is not going down? That is where the upside down and where the market manipulators are coming in. All right, the supply and demand issue. With less demand, with less supply, that means the price should be going up, should be skyrocketing. But because the market manipulators don't want to see that, they believe in their fiat dollar currency. This is what's taking place. It's across all precious metals, not just silver. All right. So go ahead and look at the article from zerohedge.com. All right. And then another story from zerohedge.com. 2/3 of Manhattan workers. All right, just camera for you right here. All right, 2/3 of Manhattan workers will now return to office full time, survey says. All right. All right, this is coming from Partnerships for New York City. All right. Uh, Basically, businesses are leaving. It's the tyrannical rule of what's going on in New York right now, and especially in New York City, they have tyrannical rules up there. You can't do this. You can't do that. You have to do this. Police are. You have the COVID. You have the malt liquor virus police up there. Down there in New York, they're enforcing all sorts of ridiculous rules, and businesses who are already cash strapped as it is, that's getting the perfect excuse to leave. They're getting the perfect excuse of telling some of their white collar job workers, hey, you're not coming back to the office. Go ahead and work from home. And many of their employees no longer even live in New York. All right, they're moving out to Connecticut and all the other places that are less restrictive, and it's more cost effective. They don't have to pay huge, gigantic electric bills, and they don't have to put their employees in constant danger of being ticketed and fined because of the malt liquor virus police up there, police down in New York. All right, so with that, pay attention to that. More and more businesses have learned that cost. You don't need big office supplies, office spaces. They're not cutting down their employees coming into work, so they don't have to pay so much to keep their employees in the buildings. They have to pay the building landlords. Whoever owns the building have to pay the landlord. That building have to pay the landlords. Whoever owns the land that building sits on, and getting worse. As you can see, uh, businesses are no longer in these major cities. They're now leaving. And so that goes to tax revenues for their city. So things keep getting worse and worse and worse. All right. So go and look at the story from zerohedge.com. All right. And for our final story here today, sorry about that. All right. Florida Trailer Park. Let me adjust it. All right. Florida Trailer Park residents being evicted after made to sell the land. All right. After deal made to sell the land. All right. So what this happened with is that city down in Florida sold their land. This is what happens when the city owns the land and they'll be getting cash strapped. All right, the city can't service its debt to the county. County can't service its debt to the state. States can't service their debt to the government, to the central government of the nation. All right, so what happens is they're being forced to sell their land. All right, they're being forced to just boot people out. If there's city on land, they're basically telling them get out, and that's it. Many of these people are elderly. They have medical conditions and they just can't up and leave. All right. And what it is, you see this article down here. The city officials work working close to a $6.8 million sale with the developer as part of the deal. All trailers, campers, recreational vehicles, and their occupants have to be gone," said Mayor Otis Wallace. All right. All right, and it goes down a little bit article, blah, blah. The deal can't close until the campsite is empty, Wallace said, who's been mayor since 1984. So you got a long-term mayor here. He's been in that city. He's been the mayor of that city forever. Forever in the day since 1984. Man, that's a long time. All right. He's been that mayor of the city for over 30 years and going on. He made a deal. There were some issues going on because we got to look more into the story. Some of the residents say they were never given any warning what happened, but the mayor and the mayor's office have said, other city officials said they gave them plenty of warning about this deal that was going on. All right, so and many of these people they say, you might say, are they protected by the eviction moratoriums? No, The eviction moratoriums to help people that can't pay their mortgage, that can't be evicted. But in this case, this is one of the many loopholes in the moratorium evictions. This is public property. It's owned by the city, and the city can they're paying their mortgage on time. They're paying their rents. They actually own their trailers, but they don't own the land that it sits on, and that is the reason why they've gotten around the moratorium, the eviction moratoriums. That's how they gotten around it. All right. So many of these people are going to be hard hit, and you're going to be seeing more and more of this as it goes down across the country. All right. So be careful out there because these eviction moratoriums haven't been protecting everybody. People have been slipping through the cracks. All right. So with that being said, I want to thank you for joining us another edition of Melanie Economic News. As we always say, become your own banker, become your own savings and loans, become your own credit union. You're your own best financier. Let's go ahead and get that barter system started with your neighbors. Get it with neighbors as a community. Get it started. Then once you get it popping, let's go ahead and reach out to other communities and get that barter system started. Remember, everything is local. Once again, thank you for joining us edition of Melanie Economic News. Let's get it started.